Grad School 101 with Dr. Bradbury.
Hello, welcome to Grad School 101. In this series of brief informative videos, we hope to orient you to the process of applying to graduate school in psychology and closely related fields, because it is rather a process. So you'll see a series of videos hopefully answering a lot of your most common questions about how to make your way through the process of applying. And we're also here to encourage you through this process, because I find that the process can be a little intimidating. This is certainly true for many of my students who describe it that way, and it was certainly true for me when I was applying to graduate school. So take heart. Bear in mind that even though it's a long process, for clinicians like me and possibly future clinicians like you, everything is a process. So I'm always saying, nothing's just like one point in time, it happens right now. Instead, we're saying, how do we get from A all the way over to B? And it's this whole series of things that we have to do in a lot of different steps. So applying to graduate school in psychology is no exception, and certainly is a process. I like to think of it a bit like climbing a staircase, that as you go up step by step by step by step, by the time you actually get up to the top of that staircase and you look back down, you're going to say, woof, I've traveled some ground there. I've made some preparatory steps, and I think I'm now ready to actually apply to graduate school. So don't worry, if you find yourself at the bottom of that staircase now, know that you will be able to climb up all the way to the top. And if you find yourself somewhere in the middle of the staircase, but floundering a little bit and just wondering I need some more information, I need to get some questions answered, hopefully this will be one of the resources that you can turn to get that information. So, welcome. And take heart, because this is definitely something that we want to encourage you to go ahead and go through in a really deliberate way. We don't want you to rush through the process of applying to graduate school, and it's certainly true now. I think it's been true for a long time, but it's definitely true now that this is something that students have to think about pretty far ahead, right? And if in fact you find yourself in a hurry, if you're like, but wait, I'm trying to apply to graduate school right now, don't worry. Go ahead, go through the process of looking at these videos and then see where you're at. A lot of students end up taking a gap year because applying to graduate school is now such a process in and of itself. It's like having another full-time job, that sometimes students have to go ahead and actually take time to do that once they've finished their senior year. So if you're a senior and you're in the process of trying to apply, don't worry, it's going to be okay. You can either go ahead and get through that process a little bit more quickly by dedicating more time to it up front, or you can go ahead and spread it out a little bit more and have it take a little bit longer. Either way, you're eventually going to get to the top of that staircase. Now, don't be intimidated. If in fact you're in the process of trying to figure out, what am I going to be applying to? I'm really not sure what programs to apply to. I might want a PhD, I might want a master's degree. I'm really not certain yet. I'm maybe even thinking about psychiatry, right, and going to medical school. There are a lot of different options, and this is one of the reasons we decided to create this series of videos for you, is so that hopefully we can get lots of your questions answered. So, come along with me now and pick and choose, jump around through the list, or go ahead and just watch them in order, whichever way works best for you. And come along with me, Dr. Bradbury, as we explore how to apply and hopefully how to get in to graduate school.